Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Okay, so I'm gonna do my little tutorial on this book. I already showed, I think, a video with all the stuff in it. So, yeah, let's get started. It's, this one's the Everyday Crafty Girl from the new collection, Color Me Crafty. And I'm going to do, I don't know how long this is going to take, so we may just do the base to begin with and decorating in a different video. But let's see. I don't want a 2-hour video. Whatever. Anyway, I took, these are 6x4 chipboard. Oh, that one's upside down. 1x6 or 6x1, however you want to say it. And then I put on score tape on both of them. Okay, so I am going to, and then all the pieces, which I got white on, which is okay. So to cover, let's start out with, you're going to need 2 pieces of the 8x6. There we go, 2 pieces of the 8x6. 1 piece 8x4. You're going to need 1 piece 5 7/8 by 5. And then you're going to need 2 4.5 by 5 7/8. These are going to be your little flips. Then you're going to need 1. Okay, so these are the flip ups. So they're going to be, you're going to need 2 3 3/4 by 4, and you're going to score it at 1/2 inch. 2 3 3/4 by 4.5, then you're going to score it at 1/2 inch. 2 3 3/4 by 5, 1/2 inch. 3 3/4 by 5.5, 1/2 inch. 3 3/4 by 6. All right, so that's how we're going to score. Those will be your flips. And then you have 2 pockets, 4.5 by 2.5. We're going to score 1/2 inch all on 3 sides, on the 4.5 inch side. Then we're going to do a 3.5 square, and then just cut diagonally. And then for your closure, 1.5 by 5. We're going to score at, oh, I didn't write that. We're going to score at, let's see, that is the, 1.5 by 5. Score at 1 1/2 and 2 3/4. 1 1/2 and 2 3/4. But I'll have all these in the, down below in the description. Okay, and then we're going to have our glue. And over here in this corner, that's all my little fun little bits, because I'm going to do a Christmas one. And it'll be a little Christmas photo album with Gingerbread Kisses, which is, it's, I mean, I think they still have it, but I had it here at the house, and I want to use up all of my stuff. And art glitter glue. There we go. So let's get to rolling here. So I'm going to use my scoreboard. Don't mind my squeaky chair. I keep hearing that in the in my videos, but don't mind it. And then we have a little kitty. So we're going to take that 8x6, and we're going to do, I believe, 1 by 1. There you go. And then it's going to go right there. That makes it easy to put it in. Then you'll have a 1 inch. And I got these little doodads from Country Craft Creations. So it's a nice, it's a help. Okay, so let's take off. Come on, little pokey tool. at me. This is my third little Christmas video, and I didn't think I'd do it. It's a lot of prep. It's a lot of stuff to, you know, get the videos going, get the videos out, being social, being on this social media. It's not second nature to me. Oh, come on. Okay, so this is gonna go right. Doesn't have to be the right side, but still. Let's make sure everything's nice, and it's gonna go right there and line that up. Okay. There's one. Let's do the other one under there. And so what are you guys crafting on? What's going on in your little world? Like I said, I'm doing this. We're putting out all of, because I've already started to get some Christmas, but we're going to put all of our Christmas out because, you know, it takes a minute to do all these projects. And if you're going to be doing craft shows or anything like that, I want to be able to have stuff out for you guys to come get and start a crafting. So we're working on it. I'll let you know when it's completely out. Okay, there. And then people are releasing right now. And I'm pretty sure, I don't know if you know, I talked about Notions marketing in my last video, which I'm very sad. They're gonna probably be closed for, I mean, right now they don't have a timeline. And that's where I get a lot of my stuff. So I'm signing up for individual and trying to find other distributors that carry the things that we carry, you know, in our space at Timeless Furnishings. Okay, we're going to do the 8x4. We're going to do the 1.5 inch little spacer. And then the 1 inch up there. And that is this little doohickey. And this is the lay flat method that I'm pretty sure Tamara from Country Craft Creations came up with. And I watch a lot of the Country Craft Creations, I don't know if you want to call them ambassadors, design team, whatever. And they have wonderful videos. You guys should check them out. Okay, so let's put these little doohickeys away because we won't have to use them anymore. There we go. And so what you're going to do with is you just want to kind of bend, you know, get the memory of the paper. And this black paper is still the artisan papers from Country Craft Creations. And but this is the 85 pound, I believe, not the 100 like I used on my video before. Okay, so let's get these. I'm gonna get my bone folder. And so one of the things that on this one, because this is your center spine, and so you want, I'm gonna go on the back side and just kind of go down softly. I don't want to rip it, but softly on the sides right here. And then we're gonna cut away right here, up where I was bending, and up to the on the corners right here, because all we want, we're just going to glue down the little tiny flip part. And please forgive me, this is my first time doing this on camera, so if I make a little miscalculations or little mess ups, I'll let you know. And then again, we're going to cut right there and right here. Okay, so on these, what I'm going to do is just do a little in, whatever that's called, miter it into the, anybody else, we were talking about that at work the other day, where it's so weird, I reach back for a word, and it has left the building. Anybody else got that going on? I'm gonna do this one more time right here. So this one's ready for the center, and all we're gonna do is glue this part down. With our glitter glue. Okay. And I just like to use for me, just a little paper towel. That way any excess glue will go onto my paper towel. Okay, there we go. This is ready to put together. So we're going to set this aside, and it is ready to put our book together. Okay, so next we're going to do our 6x4s, and we're going to do the kind of the same thing. Get the paper, knowing what we need. Okay, and then we're gonna do the same thing to both of these. I'll probably speed that part up, but for now, I shall talk through it in case I don't. And again, on your chipboard, that means you can get, out of your 12x12 chipboard, you can get 2 of these little books, which makes it nice. Okay, we're going to miter this one right here. I'm going to look at it, and I'm going to miter right there. Flip it over. Go right there. Do the same thing on the other side. That's my kitty in the background, just tootling through the craft room. I'll never find him again. I do, but he hides in here. I will tell you. Again, we're mitering sides, corners, doing the corners so that they'll fit nice. Nicely together. All right, let me get all this trash out of the way. Excuse me. Okay, so I'm going to do these sides first, but I'm going to make sure they go. I'm going to put that up against there. Put that up against there. And I'm going to take just a little bit of, let's see. just a little bit of the, what is this, 1/4 inch score tape. I'm going to do this one here. So we'll do it on all 4 sides. So we're going to have glue and score tape to give it a little bit of, you know, you want your little albums to last throughout the years for people to peruse and look at. For me, you know, everybody does. Oops. Oh, I guess I am. Let me get another one. Let me get another one over here. Sorry. I didn't really have it down to nothing. Anyway, I'm just knocking everything over. 1/4 inch score tape. We carried this at the store. That's another one I'll have to find. That's where I got Notions. I got these through Notions. And I'll have to figure out somewhere else. Just very sad about that. I hope everything works out for them and they get everything taken care of and they're back up in business. Okay, there's this one. Okay, then I'm going to get the other one ready. So we're going to get this down. I think I'll do the, I want to do these guys first. I want to push that in right there. Let's push that little corner in. There we go. We'll do the long ones first. So yeah, so like even right now, I had everything pre-cut, and it's still, I'm gonna go along the spine right here, so we have lots of, so it really gets on there. Not spine, but you know, along the chipboard, and then really burnish it right there because you want it to, you want this to stay. This needs to stay for a while. Okay. Alrighty. And then this one back over here. Like I said, I might, when I go back to edit my videos, you know, speed through the, when I have 2 of something, you know, you don't need to see it done twice, but we'll see. We'll see how long the video is. And so I'm trying to think of stuff to say while I'm just doing this basic stuff right here. But I do love the artisan paper. I will tell you that, because I feel like it doesn't crack. It doesn't come, you know, you're doing your corners everything, and it's just a nice paper. Oops, let me get this on there. And having glue issues. So let's see. I got a little place set up at the store. There we go. So there's the one. Let's do the other one. And I'm hoping I can do some lives from the store and show you some of our new product. But we're rearranging. I got 3 new fixtures, which I don't know if anybody knows this, but because the quote-unquote scrapbook or paper crafting industry has shrunk so much. Oops. Oh well. No, I don't want to do that. I want to do one how I did the other one, so they're the same. It's shrunk. So there's not as many little mom and pops. There's so much online shopping, which is fine, but so companies don't carry, or they don't supply any kind of fixtures really for scrapbooking. You know, to hold my papers, like my loose papers, or, you know, you can get, of course, pegboard and stuff like that, but I'm talking specific to the paper crafting industry. So, I have to be on the lookout all the time, and I was very lucky that a friend had 3 fixtures she'd bought from a scrapbook store that had gone out here in Bakersfield, and so she was so nice to give them to me. And so I have 3 new fixtures that I'm doing in the store. My thing that is I can't find is anything to hold my 12 by 12 papers. That's my issue. Is the 12 by 12 papers, or, you know, the fixtures that can hang from the slat wall or whatever like that. They don't make them. Or I called one of the companies and he goes, "Oh, I can order them for you. You just have to buy 100. Well, I can't. I just a little guy. That's why notions is so important to the industry, because there's lots of us that are just little guys. We're just little guys. So, anyway, I'm rambling so that you just don't have a blank video right now, so sorry about that. We'll just ramble on. And let's see right here. I got a new kitty. I like my kitty. Let's see, what else can I ramble on about that has no consequence whatsoever to your life? All right, so there's our album base. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this guy right here, and we're going to make sure they match up. Yeah, I'm going to miter those just a little bit. Oh, as I stab myself. So just a teeny bit right here. That way nothing's going over. But this is our middle. Oh my gosh, come on. And 4. I noticed in one of my other videos I was counting like 1, 2, because I do that when I babysit my 2 days. I do that all day long with my granddaughter right now, trying to make her, you know, with her numbers. And I'm like, 1, 2, you know, everything's 1, 2. Put on a shoe, 1, 2. Put, you know, whatever I'm gluing, whatever, 1, 2. So apparently I'm doing that here too. Okay, so this is going to go together like this. No, it's not. It's going to go down because we want the inside. We want the inside to show. So it's going to go like this, and then it's going to be our lay flat album. So what I'm going to do is take, and I'm not going to go quite to the edge because you don't want, you want it to be able to lay flat, and you don't want your, so I don't know, what is that, like a little 1/8 of an inch, maybe? And then we'll put this one down, and let's just, I don't want to, with my big head, but I want it to be nice and straight. Yep, that feels good. And then we're gonna turn that over with my, and then I'm just gonna burnish this really well. Luckily paper's gonna go over that, so we're good. Okay, and then we're gonna go on this side, and we'll do the same thing. And like I said, you know, you can use your art glitter glue, Barely Art, whatever glue is your favorite, but I do love that on the art glitter glue. It gives you a little wiggle room, but also it's strong. It is strong. Okay. Gonna go up next to that and kind of make sure it is okay. That everybody's even. Then burnish that really well. Alrighty, so there's our album. There we go. Oh, a little bit of glue right there. So that's nice, and it lays nice and flat. Okay, so then we're going to take this 5 7/8 by 5, and we're going to strengthen our spine like this. And so we need to put on this one again, we're going to put the sport tape. Just so, like I said, your album base is put together nice and strong. And so when people are flipping through it and looking through it later down the line, everything is, you got all this wonderful strength in there, and so it's not going to be hurt. I think this is 2-inch. Yeah, 2-inch tape. And then I'll put a little, like on the other one. Let's get that. And see, there's my squeaky chair. There's my squeaky chair. My 1-inch. I don't know what I did with it, so I'll just do my smaller. I'll open another one. Here's a 1-inch. I got all the sizes for all my books, because I want my books to last. The pictures I'm going to put in my little crafty girl one. I have pictures of us that we, you know, when we get together and with friends and craft, which is fun. And then my kids, they can either, you know, when I pass the Great Divide, they can either do my throw them away. I won't care then, but hopefully they'll enjoy all the little and big albums that I've made. How long have you guys been doing this? My kids were young. They're now in their 30s and 40s. And I actually have scrapbooks from high school when they didn't really have scrapbook supplies. It was my, you know, there we go. It was just whatever I came up with. So I have a couple scrapbooks from high school. You know, my first, you know, my graduation, my report cards, my first job, you know, kind of fun. So I still have those. And then I have books of my kids going to school. I have all, you know, my wedding album. So I have lots of scrapbooks with pictures. I made my dad an army one. I really cherish that one, of course, because he's no longer here. And I made that one back when we could go to stores and do crops and things like that. It was fun. Okay, let me get all this glue. As you can hear my kitty. Okay, and so we want to, oh, come on, glue. There we go. And we want to make sure that it's right there in the middle and makes it nice and strong. Okay, so I'm going to burnish that really well. So this gets our spine nice, and so now we want to bend it slowly. And don't, you know, even though it's got this little pointy side, I'm not pushing in. I'm just doing, like I said, you've probably seen these done, but for now, this is what it is. And let's see. There we go. This one here. There we go. Nice and even. Let's make sure this has that even look. And there we go. There's the album. And it's, so what I do with this right here is I try to put, let me see, where's my thing of black pens? Take my little click pen, and there's just one little area right here. So I'll go in with my little felt tip permanent marker and go in that little space, because that one was just showing a little bit of the chipboard. I must have cut it too short. There we go. And there it is, my album, all ready to roll. So now on this side, we're going to take our two. I'm not saying I'm just a mess. I got messes everywhere. We're going to take our two 4.5 by 5 7/8 that are scored at 1.5 and 3/4. So we're going to fold those and burnish. And these are our little flip outs in the album. Okay. Then we go back here. And flip right there. So we've got that little, so it gives it a little, you know, just a little bit of, so these are going to be our two flip outs. There we go. So on these, I'm just going to take some glue. Whoops. And go off the paper. And I'm going to get here on the edge and flatten this so I can see right there in the middle where it goes. So there we go. There's a little bit of glue right there because I'm moving it. Okay, put it down, and then in here we'll come in and burnish that down. There we go. There's one flip. And here's the other one. So I'll probably do just the album, and then I'll come back and I'll do a second video of decorating it. That way you can just see, you can just, if you want to, go back to the just seeing the album being done. And it's not a, 10-hour video. All right, this one is not one. There we go. You want it to move a little bit. And go right there at the edge. You make sure. Same amount of space. Okay, that. And then I'm going to come in here and burnish that. There we go. Okay, so here's your flip album. And then that's the part that's going to open up like this. And we got plenty of room to do that. And then on the inside, we're going to get our we are going to get these ready. So we'll get everything ready, and then when it comes to decorate, because we have to put the paper, pattern paper down first, and then, so I'm going to separate these. And I'll show you how we're going to get these ready. This is a method I saw on Scrapping Under the Influence, I believe. So we're gonna get all these and burnish them. Get it all ready. And you can, like I said, again, you can go and follow a lot of the Country Craft Creations ladies, and they do a lot of albums, and they do them all, I mean, very elaborate. This one was my little version of my album. I have another 6x4 I made, but I don't think I did all the flips in that one. I just made a little 6x4 for a 4th of July album for my grandbaby, because they go every year, and then they take the same pictures, and she's in a little, they put her in a wagon. This year it was in a what's that called, a golf cart, and they were waving to everybody. It was fun. It was a cute little video they sent me. Sorry, I'm getting my getting my little clips. All right, so we're going to take all these little sizes that we did. Oh, that goes over here. And we're going to match them up like this. All 6 of them, or 5 of them, I'm sorry. And we're going to make sure that they are nice and even on the sides, as well as with the papers, when the papers are, oops. Okay, that seems good. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take this and let it open a little bit. and put glue on 4 of them. In between, just right in here. And we're going to squish those together. Again, make sure they're nice and even. For when we put our papers in. This one needs to go up a bit on the right side. Okay, so they're nice and even, and I'm going to squish them. Use these clips to put them together. Isn't that a quick and easy way? I think it is. Again, when I was doing my small little album with Scrapping Under the Influence. Oh, I'm not even paying attention. Let's move the kitty. Anyway, that's Bluey. My granddaughter named her Bluey, so that's her. She came to visit. I'm so intent on making sure this was straight that I didn't pay any attention that she was right there. Okay. I'll put these together. And okay. No, not doing it. Oh, boy, she's having a good time going through everything right now. And I want to make sure that's up there, nice and straight. And then I will put these here. And here she comes. So we'll just move her out of the way. Nope. All right, so we have these two. I'm gonna let those dry. We have the 2 diagonal pockets that we're gonna have. And then we have the little pockets that are going on the inside, the first flip. And these we're just gonna do this. Just go to the corner. There you go. And do it with this one as well. And there we go. This is all the components for us to put it together. And I will do that in the next album. This is a 6x4. You can get 2 of them out of your chipboard and out of your paper, which is nice to be able to use less pieces of paper or, other things. So these are ready to go on the inside pockets. They'll go right here, but we have to put paper, extra paper. So here we go. That is 6x4 lay flat album, and we will continue in part 2. And I'll clean off this glue and we'll go from there. Alrighty, thanks.